Guys, before we get to the subject matter of this video, let me go ahead and kind of preview things. There's going to be a video that's going to be left in the description box from the channel Short Time of Prepping. That's my second channel. Also, something else too. This video is going to be primarily focusing in on the Internet Archive being scrubbed. However, there's going to be one very, very key example I want you guys to kind of pay very, very close attention to. It's going to come out in the first half of the video. So make sure you guys stick around for the full video. Trust me, you guys are going to be well informed of what's going on. This right here was a video that was not meant to be made or let's just say posted to the Claymore channel, but we're going to be talking about this here in a second. Now, you're probably going to see what I'm putting right here in the corner for you guys, which is a video that I released a short time for prepping. I will link it in the description box where you guys can go check out that channel as well. I hope you guys would do so. It's the channel that I have where I speak more about military matters, more about what's really and truly going on. And of course, I do bring up some of the same topics that I discuss over here, but more for the military audience, more for the military side. I'd like you guys to go check that out as well. And of course, we're talking about this woke or this very anti-Second Amendment staff sergeant that's in the Army. Now, I had to get the clip from the Hodge twins because I don't have TikTok and I wasn't going to try to search for this person, which actually I did try to search this person to see if there was another channel or anything I could go to find this individual, because a lot of times they'll put these TikToks on TikTok and then post them to YouTube Shorts. Couldn't find it anywhere, so I had to go through the Hodge twins to see it. I'll show it to you guys here in a second. But we had this massive sentiment going on, of course, that's against both the Second and the First Amendment. Now, you're probably thinking to yourself, what does that have to do with the internet scrubbing stuff? Well, it has a lot more to do than you think. Now, let me roll this really quick. We're going to come back on the other side. And of course, there was another YouTuber, a YouTuber that I have mentioned on several occasions, that brought up something extremely shocking as far as overall information and how information is being controlled. And then, of course, you're going to catch another clip towards the end of the video from another YouTuber that I like who actually checks in on this stuff regularly. And you'll find out that the Internet Archive is, in fact, being scrubbed. So let's go ahead and roll this.
Yeah. And shut up. That's not going to bode well.
Especially if we fight China.
Yeah, that's not going
to
They
got 2-year, 3-year-olds, man, putting together the guns and taking them apart. They doing like 5 seconds. They like a bunch of little Chinese John Wicks.
Yeah, our military is woke. Check out this woke video from a staff sergeant in the Army.
She's a disgrace to this great country. She's a disgrace to that uniform. And she's a disgrace to all the butch women out there.
It's guns.
Stupid.
Name one mass shooting that has occurred without a gun.
No shit.
Oh, that's crazy. That's not possible. And I know some smartass is going to be like, name one car accident that has occurred without a car. It is not the same. It is not the same. If you can't see that, then you are part of the problem. A car was invented for the sole purpose of travel. That is its sole intended purpose, is to travel. A weapon system, a gun, was created with the sole purpose of destroying whatever you pointed at. That is its sole purpose. And don't you weaponize mental health unless you have a solution on how to get universal health care for everybody so that they can get that mental health treatment that you just think will magically happen. That person obtained those weapons legally. You can't say that more laws will only prevent good people from getting guns. It is abhorrent and unacceptable that children in this country have seen more combat than I have in my 8 years in the fucking Army, dude. Come on.
Now, guys, the reason why I'm leaving the video that I mentioned before in the description box of this video is so that way you guys can kind of see what the dangers are to a woke military, or to a military that is politically aligned against the will of its own people or the people itself, or a military that completely disregards the Constitution, or veterans who get out that completely disregard the rights that are actually ingrained to you in that document. It's not a living document. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and say that right now. The Constitution is not a living document that it just ebbs and flows with time. It's not the way it works. This also involves the matter of speech, and it also involves the matter of censorship, or the amount of censorship that's being thrown out there. Now, what they will not tell you is that the other day we had another incident where another good guy with a gun stopped another person who was about to do a shooting. But there was also another incident that occurred in the state of Minnesota that involved a janitor putting a stop to a potential attack, well, attack that, quite frankly, could have been a lot bigger and much worse than what Nashville was. Now, guys, I have given Jeremy crap before, the same exact way that I have given Tim Pool crap before, but I still watch their content. I didn't unsubscribe from these people, and the reason why is because you've got to learn to move the hell on. However, Jeremy brings up some very good points here. Now, this little clip is about 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes long, but let's do it all the way through because he definitely brings up something here that's extremely important. Not just the fact that this little attack was thwarted, but pay very close attention.
Saving lives. This is what people have to do. Somebody somewhere knows something's going to happen with these people, and it's just better to be safe than sorry. Now, the details are sparse right now, but here's what we know. A student at the private Minnesota college has picked up a slew of charges over a cache of ammo, pokey things, and a tactical vest. Now, look, the possession of these things is not uncommon. I own all these things. Lots of people in Wisconsin own a lot of these things. You know, it's not like that weird. You know, tactical vest is nice when you're going out in the field. You're going to go do some target practice. You want to have everything on you. This type of stuff, right? But here's where it gets more interesting. Along with a hand-drawn map of a site on campus and instructions on how to best inflict the most damage, we'll say. Waylon Kurtz, 20, was arrested last Thursday. It's interesting that we're only hearing about it now. After a custodian, again, thumbs up for the custodian, by the way, at St. Olaf's College, which is a Christian school, by the way, tipped off authorities about finding 2 empty packages belonging to the sophomore for high-capacity magazines in a garbage can outside the dorm rooms. Again, I have a lot of those too, okay? There isn't anything inherently wrong about having these things. Kurt was charged with conspiracy to commit, everything, these terrible things, making threats and planning a theft. See, here's where things get, by the way, it's always the eyes, isn't it? Now, a lot of people are making some assumptions here about their gender identity. As far as I can see, absolutely nothing is known. I don't know. You'll have to be the judge of that. Not a single article tells you anything about this individual, which I find extremely suspicious. But this would be the second. I'm not even going to speculate. I don't know. People are making assumptions. I have gone through about 20 different articles, and I could find nothing. So far, the internet has not turned up any of their social media, which was probably scrubbed by feds the day they were arrested. Something's going on. Something very weird is going on. Very seemingly coordinated.
Jeremy's not lying. It is very weird. It is extremely strange that the internet is suddenly being scrubbed of certain articles. This is one of the reasons why so many people said, look, maybe you should go to DuckDuckGo to actually search people. As a matter of fact, if you're recently subscribed to my channel, I find it weird that YouTube does not notify any of the people that look for my channel. That's why I'm going to be posting the browse features and everything inside the channel, so that way you guys can know better when to find my content. I try to release 2 to 3 videos a day. Right now I'm releasing roughly 3. This video right here is being made on Tuesday night, by the way. I'm releasing it on Thursday. It's just an extra video that I wanted to do, but definitely a very important one. The thing that you have to understand is that they are, in fact, scrubbing the internet. Now, before I bring up Mudahar, I want to go ahead and say right now that Some Ordinary Gamers, which is his channel, he does a very good job of finding out things that are going on. The Act Man, he also had a video out recently talking about the way YouTube's direction, where they were going, and how it was that certain keywords trigger the algorithm in a very negative way. Could be the main reason why I've had to make so many videos just to even get close to monetization. The thing is that you have to understand is this here, though. If they scrub the Internet Archive, there's a lot of information there that could be lost. Now, let me go ahead and give you my personal opinion on information. Regardless of how good or how bad the information was, even if it's a blatant lie, I still want that information out there. The reason why is we need to be able to keep a record of it, so that way we can go back and look and say, hey, look, what was wrong, what was right. Remember, he who controls the past controls the future. Just figure I'd go ahead and throw that out there. Extremely important line. Just figure I would just go ahead and say that to kind of remind people of what censorship, the dangers of it could be. Now, like I said before, you see a lot of people who are very, very anti the Second Amendment all of a sudden posting their beliefs when most of the country is actually pro two-way. A lot of these people are not getting adequate information. You could always go check out the Pew Research study that, by the way, refutes every damn thing anybody says. There was even a Twitter thread that was released earlier today where a woman actually sat some people down, mostly college students, and had them read off some statistics, and their minds completely changed on the topic of the Second Amendment. I wish I'd have included that video, but if I'd have done that, it would have made this video right here roughly 30 minutes because that particular clip was about 6 minutes long. I may try to find a way to post it to another video and file it down for you guys. But the thing you have to understand is this right here. If information is being controlled, then how the hell are you going to know what the hell is really and truly going on? So I present this information to you guys from Mudahar for a reason. The reason is that way so that way you guys can know that they are in fact scrubbing the archive.
More than actual websites. They cover books, they cover movies, they cover video games, they cover archiving a whole lot of digital products that ultimately have nowhere else to go. Now, I'm a digital preservationist, okay? At the end of the day, I understand that companies don't like piracy and for-profit companies don't like you downloading materials. And while I can kind of, play the world's smallest violin for big companies, I ultimately care about preserving tech, I care about preserving the books, I care about preserving movies, video games, so on and so forth. When it comes to preservation, I'm a huge fan of even just like these services existing to preserve things like mods even, right? There are a lot of games like Vice City which have plenty of popular mods, one of them being Silent Hill Exotica, which we all thought during the COVID-19 pandemic, the very early days of the pandemic. And what happened where they were distributing 1.4 million ebooks, and what they were using was something known as controlled digital lending, which is effectively like having a library in the digital sphere. So you know how we go to libraries? Have you ever been to a library in the real world? I have when I was younger, sometimes in my teens, not so much anymore. Generally what you do is you go to the library, you have a library card, you book out or rent out an actual book from the library, usually at no cost, and you get to use that book, read it to your heart's content. Now you're gonna have to return it, in like a week or two, but you can read that book, and that book is bought by the library. They bought the license, and they're basically distributing that one copy of the book between numerous people. Now, when you get into a digital library, meaning that the book is now a PDF file versus something real and tangible, it's not something like this. Here, this is a real flesh and blood book, okay? This is a D&D rule book for Cyborg, a Morkborg rule book, and this is a physical copy. Now, this could also be a digital PDF. And if you were going to lend this, you would have to make sure that PDF file isn't just distributed for free. You'd have to have DRM, you'd have to have some form of, control. And there was a wait.
And that, my friends, is how you usher in some form of communism. Once you start controlling the information, good articles, bad articles, once you start doing that, you are basically telling people right then and there, we do not care about your rights. You will eat whatever crap that we feed you. It's just the way that it is. That Wayback Machine, while it does in fact seem practically like it's nothing, is very important. It's where you can find certain takes and certain things that people have said, so that way you can have said individual is a kook or if they're a snake oil salesman. It's that machine that allows you to go back in time and say, oh yes, there was an actual a record of this. Okay, Alex Jones used to talk about this all the time, about how it was they were scrubbing data. I mean, dude, there's a lot of things out there that people don't know about because the internet, for whatever reason, tried to scrub the information because it wasn't friendly. It wasn't exactly pro the agenda, if you guys kind of picking up what I'm saying. What I'm saying to you guys is that once they start scrubbing the past and past takes, what else do we have to go off of to know what the hell is coming our way? As I said before, he who controls the past controls the future, even though that's kind of like an Orwellian statement, but it's very true. Just figured you guys should know this. Guys, John Claymore here. If you like the content, please hit the like button, subscribe, share the video, sign up in the comment section. I'd love to get you guys' thoughts, and I'll see you guys later.